Alright. First day into the university. And first impressions are always important. Even though you've already done them 100 times at this point. Interesting posters. Looks like the room's already been split in half. I wonder who... Oh. Hi. I guess you're my roommate? It's nice to meet you. I'm Aven. It's, nice to meet you. Yeah. I recently just got in. Yeah. What classes do you have first? I see. You know, you kind of remind me of somebody that I, once read in a book. Sorry if I appear a little out of it. I'm slowly trying to, tether myself again, as it were, as my mom likes to say. Looks like our neighbors are very loud and noisy. It sounds like a halfling. A very, coked up halfling. A very, very, very coked up halfling that decided to have a coffeina potion for breakfast. They're really loud, and it doesn't help that the walls are paper thin. I wonder what would happen if we gave them something to listen to in return. I probably shouldn't think those things. I know I shouldn't think them. I'm a changeling. A fairy child, a cuckoo kid. Yeah. Sometimes people refer to changelings as cuckoos or cuckoo kids because, it's a reference because cuckoo birds, much like fairies, will lay their eggs in the nest of other birds. And the birds who made the nest end up raising the cuckoo bird's chick like one of their own, even to the point where it means their own chicks will starve to death. It's morbid humor that nature decided to make with cuckoo birds. And since, fairies leave their children in the cradles of humans and steal away human babies, sometimes people refer to us changelings as cuckoos. Sometimes people have said it as an insult to me. I don't mind. I don't really care. I mean, you hear a bunch of insults all the time. You learn to ignore them. Besides, in the end of the day, those people and their opinions of me don't really matter, so why should I care? So, have you been going to this university long? Huh. So you've been here for a while. Yeah. Yeah, I'm new here. Sorry. My family travels a lot, and, well, we usually go wherever there's work, as it were. Yeah. My folks are dungeon crawlers. Everyone in the family is, and even friends of the family. At least a handful of them are dungeon crawlers. Dungeon crawlers, I mean. Sparkling tea. Thank you. Well, I mean, when your parents are dungeon crawlers and you're moving constantly, I mean, it's hard to set up roots, but you always get to go to new and exciting places, so it's definitely a mixed bag. My fairy? No. I mean my parents. The ones who actually raised me. Yeah. I mean, my birth parents did what all fairies do, and they left me in the cradle of some random couple, and they haven't really bothered once to make contact with me. So, as far as I'm concerned, the people who raised me are my family. Hell, I don't even know the names of my birth parents. At most, all I know is, well, what I got from them. 3 eyes, tiefling-looking horns, a tail, magic. I couldn't even tell you which parts came from which birth parent, because I don't know. Sorry. Even under my gloves, sometimes my skin itches. Ugh. Yeah. It sometimes happens when, I don't know. The doctors say it's because I'm adapting to a new environment or something. It's just sometimes the backs of my hands get itchy at the wrists, even when I wear gloves. It's not that bad, but sometimes it's an irritant. But, what about you? What are your family like? Huh. I see. It's actually really interesting. Your parents sound like fun. Well, at least today is kind of an orientation day. For me, at least, so I don't have to worry too much about classes. Yet, anyway. If I had a gold piece for every time somebody asked me that question, I'd have 7 gold pieces. I know it's not a lot, but it's interesting that I've been asked that question 7 times. But yeah, my family, and lots of dungeon crawlers, if they run out of ingredients, if they run out of food rations, they usually end up, eating some of the monsters down in the dungeon. Mm-hmm. It's what my mom and my dad fed me on. It's what I grew up eating quite a bit, even when they were out of the dungeon. Like, they wanted me to have a taste of that dungeon cooking, in case I decide to follow in their footsteps. I'm not gonna lie, I have kind of tossed that idea around in my head. I mean, I'm studying magic, after all, and every good party needs a healer, or a source of inspiration, or, a magic user. So, and it would be fun, I'm not gonna lie. What about you? Do you know what you want to do with your life? I mean, you've been at this university longer than I have, so I'm assuming you have some ideas. A merchant, huh? The world's always going to need merchants to help make the world go round. Well, maybe if I do become a dungeon crawler like my mom and my dad, and depending on what kind of wares you sell, maybe I'll sell you the kind of things that I collect from the dungeons. Mm-hmm. Lots of good things can be found in the dungeons, and I'm not just talking about the food. Although, if I had to choose my favorite kind of dungeon food, I like basilisk eggs. Like a basilisk omelet, or basilisk eggs fried up on top of rice, hard-boiled basilisk eggs. They're really interesting, though, the way they look when, they're boiled. What else do I like to eat? I like kelpie kebabs. You take some kelpie meat, you add some nicely sauteed mandrake, some cherry tomatoes. Oh, excuse me. Tea's really effervescent today. But yeah, kelpie kebabs. I like fried bat. Fried big bat. My mom makes some really good tarts, and for my birthday, my last birthday, anyway, what I had for my birthday dinner was a scorpion hot pot. Have you ever had one of those? Oh, you're missing out. They're really good. Huh. Sounds like there are telephone wires buzzing outside. I wonder what's going on. But if you sold like potion ingredients, I could definitely help you get those in abundance, like mandrake and kelpie fat and mimic claws and treasure bugs. Yep. I study the monsters as well as magic. Speaking of, I know how to handle the mandrakes. I learned this from one of my aunts on my mom's side. She happens to be a witch of sorts. She's really nice. I think you'd like her. But she has the to put it simply, intelligence is her dump stat. She has the big brain, and so what she's discovered is if you plug your ears up or you cast the spell deafen on yourself, then you can harvest the mimics and let them scream themselves out. So that way they're easier to harvest. Like once they're done screaming, you can just, give them a quick snick with your dagger, and bam, they're all purified and clean. Yeah, didn't you know? If a mandrake doesn't get its impurities out via screaming, then it usually tastes bitter. But if it has a chance to scream first before you kill it, then after it's screamed, all of its impurities and toxins are drained out of them. I think that might be why if you hear a mandrake scream, you either go insane or die. My aunt taught me that one. That way you don't need a long rope and you don't need to worry about using a dog. Yeah, I know, right? Who would use a dog to get mandrakes? That's somewhat silly and also kind of stupid. So what do you plan to sell once you're a merchant? Oh, come on. You can tell me. I promise I won't judge. I told you before, didn't I? That I don't judge. Huh. So you're gonna sell potion ingredients, among other things. Well then, if that's the case, if I become a dungeon crawler, would I be able to sell my wares to you? I see. Well then. Human, I look forward to working with you in the future. And maybe, perhaps, as long as I'm staying here and attending this university, we could become friends. My tail? What about it? You want to pet it? Do you normally go asking around if you can touch a girl's tail? Hey, it's okay. I'm just teasing. If you want to, you can touch it. Come on, it's not gonna bite. With the fur, not against it. With the fur. Like that. That's better. I'm fine. It's just, the tip of my tail and the base of it, where it meets the bottom of my spine, are, particularly sensitive. Yep, and my ears wiggle too. I'm a changeling of all trades. Excuse me. Sparkling tea is really good. I'm almost done with it. But you're really good at giving pets. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of understand it. It's it's soft and it's kind of fluffy and it looks like a cat's tail. Curious. Curious humans are always curious. Can you let go of my horns? They're not your personal handlebars. Let go of them. Yeah, they're sensitive. All of my body's sensitive. The tips of my ears are sensitive. My tails are sensitive. My third eye is very sensitive. You would not believe the kind of things I end up privy to. Just let go of my horns, please. I said they're not your personal handlebars, so let go or I'll bite you. And I have the teeth for it, too. Ugh. Son. You humans are... You humans are a ballsy species, I'll give you that. Still, next time ask if you're gonna grab a person's horns like that. I'm not touch averse. I trust me, my family I enjoy, hugs and kisses and cuddling and stuff like that. It's just my horns are very sensitive, and so are parts of my tail, and yeah, the tips of my ears are sensitive. It's, well, every monster and every human is built differently, and some have more sensitive places than others. In fact, I know a changeling who, if you were to boop him on the tip of his nose, he would get all... He would literally freeze in place and get all blushy and flustered. Yeah. He's nice. He's an old schoolmate of mine from one of my older schools. But yeah. I'm glad you got that out of your system. Stroke my tail again? Maybe later. Maybe if we see each other again at lunch. Oh? You got classes to go to? Well, I won't keep you then. And punctuality and being at classes on time is a good show of character. At least that's what one of my old headmasters told me. Speaking of, I probably ought to start getting my stuff unpacked and getting myself settled in my half of the room. Hey, though, if you want to have lunch together, I'd be okay with that. Okay. I'll see you around then, human.